Hello and welcome to this lesson about polygon angle sums. The learning target for this video is to determine the angle sum of a polygon and find missing angles. So it all has to do with triangles. We know that triangles have an angle sum of 180 degrees, meaning that if we were to add up all the angles, they have to add up to 180 degrees. We're going to use this premise to help us define define the angle sum of other polygons. And when I'm saying polygon, I'm just talking about any other shape. So let's take something like a quadrilateral. The way it works is we take a polygon, we pick a point on that polygon, we start there, and then we draw all the diagonals or lines we can to other points. At this point in time, we count how many triangles we have. We have two triangles, meaning that we will have, two triangles, which means that we have 2 times 180 degrees, which would get us 360 degrees. We continue this game for other shapes. So we can do a pentagon. It doesn't matter if they're regular or not. It doesn't matter what point we start off with. We pick a point and we draw all the diagonals we can. So here I was able to draw 2 diagonals and give myself 1, 2, 3 triangles. So if I have 3 triangles, that means that I'm going to have 3 times 180 degrees, and that's going to be 540 degrees. So I know that the angle sum of a pentagon is 540. I'll do one more for good measure. Let's do a hexagon. Again, it doesn't matter how irregular or regular these shapes are. It doesn't matter at what point we pick. We draw all the diagonals we can, count up the triangles, and so here I have 4 triangles, which means I'll have 4 times 180 degrees, which gives me 720 degrees. So now that I know what the angle sum is, if I'm given some of these angles and I had to find one of the missing angles, I could solve that problem. So now let's talk about how we can use this to solve problems. So first of all, let's just say we had a regular pentagon. Now I'm going to struggle to draw it, but I'm going to use my notation here to help me out here. So if it's a regular pentagon, that means that all of the angles and all of the sides have the same measure. So in other words, each angle is going to be exactly the same. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these x's. If I had to solve for x, what I would do is go with 5x, because I'm adding all these angles up, and I'm going to set it equal to the polygon angle sum of a pentagon, which, back over here, we said was 540 degrees. So set that equal to 540. Now I can divide both sides by 5, and here I can get x is equal to 108 degrees. And so this is one way I can solve problems using the polygon angle sum theorem. Another way is like this. Let's say that we had a unique quadrilateral. So that looked like that. We're told that this is a right angle. We are told that this is 85 degrees. We're told that this is x, and we're told that this is 115. Well, we know that all of these added up have to be 360 degrees. So now what I can do is start subtracting the pieces I know. 360 minus 85 minus 90 minus 115. When I crunch all those numbers, I'll have found what x is. When I do that, I get x to equal 70 degrees. So these are just a couple of the ways we could use the polygon angle sum theorem, is what it's formally called, to solve some problems with polygons. Final thing I want to show you is actually the formula that goes with this. Sometimes it can be really difficult to draw a bunch of different shapes, and then to try to map out how many triangles, add up all the angles, and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if we can pick up on a pattern here. Let's start off with a triangle and write its angle sum. Well, actually, let's do a couple things. We'll draw the triangle, we'll write how many triangles there are, and we'll write its angle sum. Now the quadrilateral, we said there were 2 triangles there, 360. Let's see, we have a pentagon next, and here we have 3 triangles, and we said that's 540. Then we have the hexagon, which gives us 4 triangles, oops, like that. And we said that's 720 degrees. And so finally, I'm going to leave it here for a second. I'm going to let you think about it and see if you can pick up on a formula, pick up on a pattern here. Okay, hopefully you've had some time to think about it. Now, let's talk about how this actually works. So we have 3 sides that has 1 triangle. We have 4 sides that gives us 2 triangles. We have 5 sides that leads to 3 triangles. 6 sides leads to 4 triangles. And then no matter how many triangles we have, we're always timesing this by 180. 180. 180. So the formula is going to be 180 times the number of sides minus 2. That's going to tell us how the internal angle sum of a polygon. And so if we wanted to talk about ridiculous polygons, like let's say we had a 15-sided polygon and you had to find the angle sum of it, you don't need to try to draw a 15-sided thing, count all the triangles. What we can then do is take this 15, you can plug it in there. 180 times the quantity 15 minus 2, which becomes 180 times 13. Crunch those numbers, and you end up seeing that the angle sum would be 2,340 degrees. And so we can do that without having to draw all the triangles. Anyways, good luck on your homework or practice, and let me know if you have any questions.